Hi, Dr. Larry Taylor here with the Unstuck Spirit. I offer two services, spiritual direction and spiritual life coaching. In a couple of other short videos, I describe what spiritual direction is. Spiritual life coaching is a bit more intense. Normally in life coaching, we meet weekly. So as opposed to monthly in spiritual direction, that's normally the way it is. So it's more in depth. And in spiritual life coaching, in my case, there's different kinds of coaches for different kinds of things. Life coaching actually began in the corporate world as a way to help people advance in their careers and things like that. But I don't do that. What I do is spiritual life coaching, which is different. So I'm focused on your heart, your spirit. And in life coaching, where we would normally meet weekly, we can have the time then to really tackle some deep issues like depression. For example, I've been in my life at times deeply depressed. I'm not now, but I have been. And I understand depression from the inside. I know what it feels like. And I also know some things that can help us as we pull ourselves out of that muck and that mire of depression. Some other things that I deal with clients in spiritual direction include grief and loss. I've been through a lot of losses myself. I've experienced the death of my son when he was in high school. I've experienced the death of both of my parents. I've many years ago been through a divorce and experienced all the grief around that. I've gone through grief and loss with respect to career and jobs and that sort of thing. So just like depression, I understand grief, and they are different, related but different. I understand grief from the inside. If you've lost a loved one, or if you've been through a significant loss yourself, or if suicide has touched your life in some way, or maybe you've even experienced the loss of a child, as I have. I walk with people in the healing process through that intense time of grief. Another area that I have been helping clients with is in coping with ministry burnout. I'm an ordained minister. I've been through some wonderful situations pastoring churches, but I've also been through some very toxic situations. And I know that sometimes if you're a pastor or a missionary or an evangelist, deacon, or just a very involved church member, I know that sometimes faith communities can beat you up. And I understand that because I've been through it as well. So I have been seeking to help people who have been pastors and are burnt out on the pastorate and have left the ministry or thinking about leaving the ministry. That's another area that I can speak from the heart about. And still another area that I focus on with some clients in life coaching, which is related, I guess, to the one I just mentioned. But a lot of people have found that the theology they grew up with just isn't working for them anymore. They see people who purport a certain theology supporting issues and political stances that are so contrary to what they feel is right in their hearts. And a lot of people have been taught, theology that leaves them feeling guilty or afraid or that kind of thing. And so they're going through a process of deconstructing their theological belief system. And hopefully not just throwing the baby out with the bathwater, but after deconstructing the theological belief system, then perhaps we can help each other build up a new and better theological belief system. So those are some of the areas that I deal with in life coaching, as well as some of the more typical relationship issues and anxieties and fears and that sort of thing as well. So that's the way I do life coaching, and that's what I mean by spiritual life coaching. And I'm here for you. I've been through some stuff in my life, and I try to always counsel people, guide people, listen to people. I try to always do that from my heart. I try to enter in to what you've been through, because, especially in these areas that I just mentioned, I've been there. And so I'm not you, and I can't feel exactly what you're feeling. But I've been through some things perhaps that are similar, and so I have an idea maybe of how you feel. And I've also worked through a lot of this stuff on my own, and maybe along the way I'll be able to share some things that have been helpful to me, which might also be helpful for you. More information and how to connect with me, it's all on my website, which is the unstuckspirit.com. God bless you.